Today on the What If Brigade, I have something really fun, an unboxing video. So without further ado, let's get started. Got my Gerber 400 series right here. I have already used this fancy digital editing tool to remove my address. So always a good idea when you're doing an unboxing video to do that first. That way you don't have to edit it out later. Let's see. Go ahead and guess down in the comments what you think is in this box. Really interested in hearing what your guesses are. Got inside open. There's a lot of staples on this side. I don't know. I might have to cut this rather than opening the staples. Oh Lord, maybe I can open it up here. Some paperwork. We'll look at that later. Remember, there's always time to read the instructions later. I don't have to cut it open. What is it? Why? It's another box. Just what everybody wants to open up on Christmas Eve. Another box. Okay. Show you guys what we got here. So, got some nice foam packaging, and what is inside? Why, it is another box, and this box is from the Royal Armories, so that's fun. Put our boxes and cardboard off to the side. And this is a nice box. I'm going to keep this one pretty much intact here. Got some more. So have you guessed what it is yet? Some more foam padding here. Just need to open that up. That's right. It is a very oily sword. And inside, it's got several other things. This is microcrystalline polish wax. And this is some kind of polishing cloth, I'm guessing. And this is a certificate of authenticity, and it is signed by the Director General of the Royal Armories and the Chairman of Windlass Steelcrafts, and one Matt Easton, historical consultant. And it doesn't say here, but more important than historical consultant, he's a YouTuber that I follow. Yes, that's the Matt Easton of Scholar Gladiatoria. That's where I learned about this sword, and I have been very interested in picking it up. It also comes with a fairly simple scabbard. Look at all this nice foam in here. Yes, fairly simple. So it's this is leather. Oh, this is a nice solid piece on the bottom. This will weight really nicely. Just in case I'm ever out and about with a sword. That would be fun. Maybe I should go to some kind of event that allows that sort of thing. I'm gonna make sure I keep this. This is a nice thing to have on the end to keep the sword safe for transport, because I will be bringing this on a plane back home. All right. Hopefully I will not get oil all over myself or anything else at this point. I think that's going to happen. Well, very oily sword. And if I was good at memorizing things, right now I would be rattling off all of the stats. But I just want to generalize and say that this is my favorite type of sword. It is a short, single-edged, single-handed sword. I'm sure it looks very long in the video, but here, we'll do some scale. It's, let's see, it's about as long as my arm. Maybe I'll get some more detailed stats on it later, give you the complete rundown. You'll probably see a lot of stuff on it. That is the oil. It's got a nice oily leather-wrapped handle, a nice guard, a little kind of naggle thing right there, knuckle bow guard. It's got a fuller on the end, and I have no idea how sharp it is. Here, oh, safety data sheet. Should I cut that? No. Let's see. This isn't a really good test piece of paper, but I'm going to say it's not super sharp. So, maybe I'll need to do a little sharpening later. But that's fine. It's sharp enough. So yeah, Matt Easton made helped consult on a series of 6 replicas from the Royal Armouries. That's their museum in the UK, and this is one of them. I think he did 3 two-handed swords and 3 one-handed swords, and this is the one that I liked the best. It actually has a little bit of a false edge on this side, so it's not completely single-edged. But yeah, this one I felt like worked the best with my working knowledge of swordsmanship, and it also it just really appealed to me. It was found in France, and so it is probably either English or French, and could have. It's based on a sword that was found in France, and that sword could have either been used by the English or the French, possibly both. These things sometimes change hands in war, and I really, really liked this design. I'm not really used to the feel just yet. Maybe I'll have to try it a little later. But yeah, I was interested in getting a sword. I have been interested in getting another sword for 3 years, and I wanted to get a real sword. And I thought it would be a little bit more special if I got a sword that was associated with a YouTuber that I know. And so when Matt Easton was designing these swords, he announced this on Patreon long ago, and I have been patiently waiting for this sword to come out. And so I picked it up, and I am going to bring it home, and hopefully it will appear in more videos soon. So yeah, this is probably my first non-practice sword that isn't tactical. I have a Gladius, and it is painted black, which makes it pretty tactical. It also has a glass breaker on it. And this one is more, I believe, 15th century style. So much more of a classic sword design. I like that it was found in France. I like that it would look right at home on a pirate or an archer. And yeah, just really happy with it. And yeah, let me know if you have one of these, or if you've ever bought anything from a YouTuber down in the comments below. Have a great day.